Good morning. What's up, guys? Welcome to Valley Vibes. I forget what episode it is, but it doesn't matter. So I have a very special guest here today. One of my good friends, Monserrat. Monserrat, introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm
I
actually very excited.
just know you and say, hey, go.
My name is Monserrat Arteaga, and I am the president of Fundacion Amor Infinito. And like I said, I'm very excited to be here because I get to talk about Amor Infinito.
Yes, your passion and your love for the Rio Grande Valley and its people.
Yes, I actually do love everyone here in the valley.
Awesome,
All
man. And
my
we
friends
have, we have we have many conversations about that. We have two very polarizing viewpoints about it.
Yes, we do.
But before we get into the Valley Vibe show, this Valley Vibe specifically is brought to you by Villanueva Construction. They're giving away 2 tickets to the Cowboys game this Saturday. If you hit up their Facebook page, you'll be able to join a raffle, and somebody's going to win Cowboys tickets this Saturday. So if you're interested in more information, reach out to me or reach out to Villanueva Construction on their Facebook page and find out how you can win those tickets. But today, I want to specifically talk about the nonprofits. I'm fortunate enough to be on the board of the nonprofits, and thank you very much for. I was begrudgingly trying not to be part of this, right? In all transparency, but somehow you brought me around, and you got me to open my eyes to what's really going on here in the valley. And I had known for a long time, but I think for me, it's like one of those things that you don't witness often, right? So it's kind of like it's out of sight, out of mind. I always say that too, right? But it really is. It's really out of sight, out of mind. If you don't see it often, then you're not exposed to it, and you don't get those feelings that like this is really going on here in the valley. Kind of touch on your vantage points of what you see here in the Rio Grande Valley, because you have a very unique vantage point of how you see and how you deal with people in the Rio Grande Valley. So kind of touch on that.
Honestly, I don't even know how I do it. I just do it. I just take action. That's what I do. But for some reason, everywhere I go, it's just kind of like my eyes are already focused on that. I see homeless, I see need, I see families that require our help, and I love that because right now we have the opportunity to help. We have a lot of resources. We have clothes, we have shoes, we have household items. We have a lot of stuff that we can actually provide for our community. But for some reason, going back to you, like we're like, no. I have all the excuses for not to not to be on the board. But I'm like, no, like, like I would tell you, no, like you have a good heart, you're a good person. Like deep down in there, you do care for the community.
The Rio Grande Valley holds a very special place for me because I've noticed, like, over the years of doing business down here, it's a very cutthroat place, and it's very hard to do certain things here in the Rio Grande Valley, and especially if you want to succeed, there's known as like the crab mentality here in the Rio Grande Valley, and there's 2 different ways to look at it. Is like, yes, there's a crab mentality, but then there's also people that are becoming very successful and doing all the things that they love to do, and that have found, a passion and the purpose for their life here in the Rio Grande Valley. And I think it's a very unique and special place. That's why I kind of shifted away from, like thinking like, yeah, I do want to leave out of town, because for many years I've dabbled, like I'm going to move to San Antonio, or I'm going to move to Dallas, or I'm going to move out of the city or somewhere else, right? But then something always brings me back here. And I don't know if it's family or friends or what it is that I know the community, but that's where I really started to think about, like, you know what, we can make a huge difference here in the Rio Grande Valley. And one person can really make a huge difference. And you are that person that is making a huge difference in a lot of lives, because I've witnessed it in person. Like there's something that I always say is that you have to see it to believe it. And it is 100% true, because if you don't know what's going on and just outside of these windows or outside of these walls, like you're kind of oblivious to it. And one of the things that you've been able to do is really help the Rio Grande Valley community. And I think it's one of those things that it's not a few people that need help. It's quite a significant amount of people. Can you kind of touch on that?
Yes. Well, like you were saying, whenever you don't see it, whatever you don't see, you don't feel, or you don't realize it's there. Because most of the people say, oh, whenever you're in the US, it's a dream. Everyone is good. Like no one is having any financial trouble. But no, here in the valley, there's a lot of need. We have a lot of colonias. They're not inside the city, so people don't see them often because they're not like downtown. Well, downtown McAllen has a lot of homeless. It's actually the biggest number of homeless concentrated in McAllen.
Wow.
There's also because whenever we make meals for the homeless, that's where we start, downtown McAllen, and then we'll go to North McAllen at the public library. There's homeless there. It's families, complete families, kids and everyone living in cars or even outside. And then when we go to San Benito, we go to FAR, we go to San Juan. There is a lot of need. People always say, "Oh, it's because they just want money." People in the corners and the expressways and everything, they just want money, but they don't realize that they're actually like going through a lot of stuff, that they need food, they need the resources in order to eat every day. um, uh, Honestly, I feel I'm a very compassionate person. Like I don't question anything, because most of the people they come to me and like, why are you helping them? Like they're doing drugs, they're doing alcohol, they're doing this and that. I'm like, I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just here to help. And you don't know what they're going through. Most of them, their stories, it's divorce, death in the family, and they just couldn't like they didn't know what to do mentally, and they just went down and down and down to a point where like they're homeless. But there's a lot of stuff that we just don't know, like, so we're not here to judge, we're just here to help. That's pretty much the bottom line.
Yeah, and you're very good at that. It's just seeing people as who they are as human beings. Like it takes a lot for people to like, because people I feel are judgmental first of all. Like they see somebody dressed a certain way and they're like, oh, I'm gonna stay away from that person, or they have a certain look on their face or anything, like the way they walk. Like people are judgmental, and I feel you do a really good job at breaking down that barrier. How are you able to do that? Like how can you teach a guy like me to break down those barriers, to be like, you know what, become more compassionate, be more like mindful of your situation and your surroundings?
I guess just see farther away from what the first impression. Just don't look at the person however they're dressing up. Look at the human being. That's what I do. Is just look at their eyes. The eyes can tell you everything. I can tell you right now if you're happy, if you're sad, if there's anything going on. Like I can tell you right away. For some reason, I just see that. So whenever how whenever we do the events at the Archer Park in McAllen,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of homeless there, so they come to us, and they I just love it because they feel very confident to come and tell you their story. Like they're very grateful. They're like, wow, like you're not seeing me as a homeless person, you're just seeing me as a human being. And I really like that, because they're able to open more with us to see what else we can help with. And there's a lot of them that they transform their life if you treat them as a human being, as a very, very like honest, passionate, compassion, that they can really feel it's coming from you. You can transform their life, and they can like look for something better on their life. And that's something that I always look up for, because um I feel that everyone's somehow it's been there on that situation, maybe not homeless, but you've been in a situation where like you're very depressed, something happened in your life, you just don't know how to handle it or deal with it. So people just need a hug sometimes. They just need, or just saying, you know what, everything is going to be okay. And just by that, it's just like their mentality changes. And it's like some people think that whatever they're going through, it's going to be forever. And no, it's just temporary. It's
Yeah.
going to, even if it's a good thing, enjoy it because it's temporary. And if it's a bad thing, it's also, get the best out of it because it's temporary. You're not going to be there forever.
Yeah.
So just treating people as human beings, not judging, it's the only thing that I can tell you that I do, and it really works. It
And
people
and
open their
it's
hearts.
not just adults either, right? You're talking about like children and
Yes,
babies. Kind of touching that because it's kind of eye opening to me. Is like you always think about like homeless or the poverty is like it's just adults, but that those are the ones that are willing to go out and ask for the help. But in the back, like they're the children are there. They need clothes. They need food. Kind of touch on that.
yes, but we don't see that because most of the time, whenever we see people asking for money, it's during the day, and during the day the kids are in school. But then at on the afternoon and at night, whenever they come back from school, or they get out of school, they're in cars. Like they don't have like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go back home and have a really good dinner, or a place, where I can shower and sleep, and like they don't have any of that. They're and they don't have a choice. That's I guess that's the saddest part, because parents, like, it's our responsibility to have, or provide for our kids, our family. But if for some reason we're going through a lot and we can't, well, the whole family suffers, and then the kids, like, they just don't know. They don't have an option. They can't say, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna find a job and I'm gonna go leave, and if my parents can deal with it, I'm going to. Like, there's no way.
Right.
So they do suffer a lot, and it just saddens me because there's not much we can do right now with the
Yeah.
nonprofit. Like,
And
I'm fighting for a, a shelter.
Yeah,
um,
and I feel like a lot of the times, the kids are the ones that have the biggest smiles on their faces. Like they're very resilient to a lot of the stuff that's going around. Can you kind of touch on that too?
Yes, I don't know if because they don't understand the magnitude of whatever it's going through. Like, for them, it's something normal because they're living that life. But there are every time we go and provide meals or clothes, whatever we can do for them, they hug you with like, oh my god, like, thank you. It's kind of like you're giving them the best toy ever, or the best, experience ever, and it's just hugging you. I mean, you've seen it how they, even though after we helped them several times, and we just, they're in a good place now. We haven't seen them for a while, but whenever we go and see them, with the family over there in Bronxville, the kids hug you like, oh my god, like you're, you know an angel. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're very grateful.
Yeah, when we met them in Brownsville when we were filming out there. Yeah, the kids are very cordial. They're shaking my hand, talking very proper. So you can see, like, it's just the circumstances that they're in. It's very heartbreaking. But I kind of want to touch on what the nonprofit provides. Like, this is a very unique nonprofit because you just don't offer clothing. You also offer food and a lot of stuff. So kind of touch on what you offer for the Rio Grande
Yes.
Valley.
Well, right now I'm very grateful with the community because thanks to them, we're able to provide a lot of clothes. We have a storage in Alamo. I'll get you the information right now, but we offer a lot of clothes, shoes. We have household items. We have blankets. We also have furniture. I mean, we do offer food baskets. We provide or cook meals for the homeless or prepare meals. We also help the immigrants or people that are going to be already established here in the valley to get the kids in school. To find the closest school to them, and we pretty much help them with all the process. We do also provide jobs, like find jobs for them. We have a lot of businesses that come to us and they said, you know what, I want to help and I can help like this way. So they provide the jobs, and we help parents or the community, find a job so they can provide better for their families. We also provide, if you need like medical assistance, we guide you to the clinics that provide free help. Some of them, they don't offer free, but they do offer a very big discount that we can actually like help you. So we kind of like, we're getting more resources or more connections to something that we can provide, we refer you to organizations that can actually do that, like rent help or discounts or things like that.
Yeah, let's give a huge shout out to Roy at the Landmark. He's been a blessing for the nonprofit, right?
Yes, yes, I really love him so much. He's super awesome. I'm actually very grateful for him, even though sometimes we pretty much cover the whole.
His area.
Yes, to cover the whole storage. But no, he's really an angel for us because thanks to him, we're able to help a lot of families in there in that area.
Yeah, when I was putting together the photo album that we're preparing for someone, I was looking back at it and I was like, wow, like you helped all these people. Like how does that make you feel? Because I was flipping through the pages and I was just seeing family after family after family after family, kids, family, events, everywhere that you've gone over the past year, and I was like, you are making a dent in everything that's going on in people's lives. How does it make you feel?
It's I don't even know how to explain the feeling. It's so awesome, but at the same time, I don't get to see what you saw. Like
Yeah,
I see it
you're always
every.
you're always going fast.
Yes, every day it's a different family, it's a different individual. So I don't sit down and I don't realize, you know what? Even when I send you the numbers, I think it was like I don't know, 500 or something or meals that we provide since January. Um, this is prepare meals for the homeless plus all the food baskets and everything else. Like my mind doesn't think about that. I just go every day,
Yeah.
you know, like they need help and I'm there like but honestly, when you show me that, I was like, wow, we're actually making a difference, you know, like sometimes we do need to sit down and smell the roses.
Yeah, and I think also the other thing too to touch on is like the storage in Almo. Like I don't think people really understand that this storage is open on certain days where families can come in and shop absolutely free. Like they can take
Completely.
whatever they want out of that storage and go out about their lives. Like you're not going to get charged. All you have to do is sign in, right? Kind of touch on how the process works for that.
Yes, well, whenever people ask for help, we always try to take them to storage because whenever they do have transportation, we always tell them just go over there. You're gonna have a fantastic experience because we always make it like a shopping experience, like a shopping spree experience. Of course, we don't charge anything. We don't absolutely nothing. Whenever people get to the storage, we only ask them to sign a form, and it's pretty basic information so we can keep track of people that we've helped for grants and things like that. But we don't ask for any proof of residency, proof of income, proof of nothing. It's just basic information: name, address, phone number, date of birth, and where they heard about us. And then once they sign that, I always like show them, like, look, this we have a section for women, section for men, section for kids. We have shoes, we have household items. So I'll kind of like guide them a little bit, and then I let them free. Like, you're welcome to grab whatever you want. And people, they get out very happy. They're like, wow, this is a very nice experience because you're not you're not like on top of them. You're like, okay, what are you grabbing? What are you doing? Like, no, no, no. You're just like, let them be free. There's a lot of people. I mean, whenever you're homeless, of course, you smell, like you smell, your clothes is dirty. So you can't just go into any store, even like the basic ones,
Yeah.
because they'll kick you out because they see you, they smell you, they're like, no, no, you're not welcome here. But with us, it's completely different. You're very welcome. Since they opened the door, I'm like, good morning or good afternoon. Come on, welcome, welcome. How can we help you? Like, I'm always very cheerful. I'm always like very, grateful for them to actually feel uh, like we're able to help them. So I was
Yeah.
like, come, 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 welcome. And this is not just for, because people think like, oh, if I don't bring the kids, I can't take anything for them. And it's no, not, they don't have to be present because we understand they go to school. or even whenever the wife goes and the husband can because of work or whatever. No, you can grab whatever you want for your family, and you don't have to rush or like I only have 5 minutes, and I'm like no no no, just take your time, enjoy it, check sizes because we don't have everything is by sizes. We have it by like women, men, and kids. So you have
That's
to
so
go through
true.
it. You
Yeah.
have to go through it. But we have it like everything is hanged, shoes in a separate side. Like it's just kind of like a really
Yeah,
experience.
it's like a store. Yeah, you're out walking into like a department store and everything's hung. They have aisles and all that stuff. You have a food area, so it's. I think it's a great idea. Obviously we need more volunteers to help us out because it
Yes,
does get overwhelming sometimes, doesn't it?
it is. It is a lot, and honestly, I feel like we need a bigger space now. We're very crowded, so if anyone out there has a bigger storage, a bigger place that can lend us, it would be super greatly appreciated because we are running out of space. Like honestly, there was one time where we had 74 people
Yeah.
plus the volunteers. I mean, it was really crowded, but it was the best day ever because we could like help a lot in one day.
Absolutely. How did it feel? How long did you start this journey? Like when did you start this journey of the nonprofit?
About 9 years ago already.
So how did it make you feel when you got that 501c letter in your hands and saying, "Hey, it's official"?
I'm still like in shock. I'm like, I was jumping everywhere. I was so happy. I was like, wow, I can't believe it. Because with this, we're going to be able to help a lot more, with all the grants and everything that we can apply to. I was just ecstatic. I was just jumping and crying and like,
And this happened recently too, because I remember
yeah,
I think when we started, was it November or January when you submitted it and they said it was gonna take like 6 months and it was like
more.
9 or something like that.
Yes, we submitted the paperwork at the end of January. And they said it was going to take only 6 months or less, like because they've approved organizations in a week or two. Sometimes I was like, okay, it's gonna happen soon, but no, it took
Yeah.
8 months.
And the struggle is real too, because this is not the first time that you tried to get the 501c, right? And you were
No,
ripped by fake lawyers or whatever it was.
yeah. So everyone that wants to apply, please be very careful. We got scammed 3 times already. And this one out, like since it took more than 6 months, I was like, oh my god, they scammed us already. Like no, I was so scared. But no, no, no. I'm very grateful. The lawyers, they're really super awesome. And they process everything. They did everything for us. So I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I think when I tell people I'm part of a nonprofit, they're kind of like in disbelief. It's like you're in a nonprofit because the things that I post sometimes are kind of a little racy sometimes. But I mean, for me, I feel like I can't be any other way. So when I go tell people, I am part of a nonprofit, I do give my time back when I can. Right? It's kind of like you do that too. Like I think a lot of people think that just because they're a certain way or they have certain beliefs that they cannot be part of something that is bigger than them. And I feel like that barrier for me got dropped a long time ago because like you don't judge people. You never judged me for what I say or what I do. Right. So I think this is the perfect call to action for you to invite volunteers because we are in dire need of volunteers.
Yes, we actually do. Let me just touch a little bit on that. Like I was telling you, we don't judge here. We're not here to judge. We're here to help. And that's the only thing that I want people to understand and to take out of this video. Because, like I never tell you, oh my God, like, you are, um,
I see you trying to say your words carefully.
it's because I don't want people to feel weird about it. Like everyone's different, I have different beliefs, you're different beliefs, everyone, and like our whole team, we're four, Joshua, Genaro, Auriel, and myself, we're completely different, all of us, but we come together and we're such an amazing team that I really feel everyone has their strength, and everyone puts their strength to work in the nonprofit. So that's why it's so amazing. And I want people to come to us. Like, it doesn't matter your background, it doesn't matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter political, anything, whatever you believe, it doesn't matter, because we're not here to judge, we're here to help. And the more people that come together, the more people that we're going to be able to help. And that's, I think, the most important thing. Like, people think like, it's because I don't have a lot of time. Even if it's 30 minutes, I mean, how, like, whenever we have the events at the Archer Park or any other park, we really need a lot of help. We set up the stands, we hang everything, we give a really nice experience to people that are going to go get help. And also at the storage, even if it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, like an hour, whatever you can help, that makes a humongous difference, because we really need help. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to set up, to give a really good experience for the families that we help.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and I think we're on the right track. When we started in January, we made some pretty aggressive goals, and we've been chipping away at it throughout the year. Can you believe it's already October?
I know,
Like,
and it's almost my birthday.
It passed by so fast. And another thing that's coming up quick is the gala. So let's talk about the gala, because I think I called you last week and I said, hey, next week's the gala, and you're like, oh damn. It's coming up fast. Let's talk about the gala coming up.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm actually like extremely excited, because after 9 years, this is our first gala, and everyone is super invited. I hope everyone will join us so they can enjoy all of the accomplishments, because without you guys, well, I mean, this wouldn't exist, right? So we want to celebrate with all the community. Right now, well, our gala is going to be on October 17th, which is already next week. I'm so nervous and excited. Oh my God, next week. Yes. So it's going to be next week on October 17th. It's a Thursday, and it's at 6 p.m. And it's going to go all the way to 10 p.m. And I'm super happy, because we're going to have an amazing performance. We have Leonardo. He's going to play, he's going to do the dinner, I forgot the word. Yeah, but he's
going to create the vibes for the dinner.
Yes. And then after that, we're going to have Adrian Quintanilla. He's going to start, with the dancing part. He's really, really good. And then we're going to finish with the Sonora de Mike. And of course, we're going to be dancing and celebrating, and we're going to have surprises. We're going to have our silent auction. Uriel is going to have an original painting there. That is so cool.
And shout out to Uriel, because he just at IMAS, his whole collection is up at IMAS right now. You can just stop by and see it.
Yes, it's so amazing. Everyone needs to go visit the IMAS so you guys can enjoy it, because it's incredible. It's humongous.
Yeah.
All the paintings are humongous, and they're super, super nice. So please go and support our local artist. And of course, he's going to have the original painting there, so everyone can join the silent action. We're going to have minks, really nice minks from vintage. Yvette is going to take those. We're going to have a lot of surprises in there. Honestly, I am very grateful, because even though this is our first gala, it's coming up really, really nice. And people are supporting us, and I really like that. We have a special going on right now. The tickets are 2 for 1. So please rush right now and get your tickets. It's 2 for 1. But you also get the chance, like whoever buys the tickets right now, it's gonna get a pair of tickets for El Palomazo that is coming up on October 19th. And we're trying to get tickets for Intocable. There's a lot of people that like Intocable, and those are going to be completely free whenever you purchase 2 pair of tickets for the gala.
Nice. And I just posted the link in the comments, so if you'd like to support the gala, you can go and get your tickets there. It's coming up next week. I set it in your plans already, because Thursday is going to come out around real fast, and we really do need your help. I usually don't ask people for anything, right? But this nonprofit's dear to my heart because I've seen the difference that it makes in the community, and it's a huge there's a huge difference, and it allows me to be able to put my ideas and my ideals in it too. Because one of the things that I wanted to always do is I always think really big, and I like big ideas. And one of the things that came to my mind was how to fix the food insecurity here in the Rio Grande Valley. Like, if you think about this, let me pull up these numbers so I get them correct. The Rio Grande Valley Food Bank distributes 33.5 million meals a year, and it feeds 85,000 people weekly. And with that being said, there's still a huge portion of people that go without food. Like, think about that. And I was really trying to wrap my head around, it's like, how do we fix that problem? And I came to the solution is that people simply cannot get to the food.
Yes.
Right? Is that what came? Can you kind of touch on that?
Yes, that's one of the main issues right now. Lack of transportation for the families that will help. About 95% of the families that we help, they don't have transportation. So we have to take the food baskets to them. And I feel like if we all come together, we can at least once a week we can provide, like, we prepare the food baskets and we can just spread them out to the colonias that we know. We will make a humongous difference in the families. That's very important because, to me, food, it's the main resource that we need in order to survive.
Yeah.
If we don't have food, then nothing else matters. So that's one of the main things, lack of transportation. So we need to come up with a plan where we can have a lot of transportation so we can provide the meals for them.
Yeah, and what we came to is I kind of just did quick numbers, so don't take it with a grain of salt. But if you think about, like, if we get 20 trucks that are secondhand trucks, and this is assuming that, we get grants, we get help, we get donations from the Rio Grande Valley, our help to push our mission. If we were to get 20 trucks that help us distribute food across the Rio Grande Valley, costing $15,000 each, that would come out to about $300,000. And we get personnel, 2 people per truck. You're talking about 40 staff members at about $15 hourly wage. 5 days a week, you're talking about like an annual cost of 40 personnel, about $1.2 million. So the initial cost for the trucks, $300,000, and the annual personnel cost is $1.2 million. So that's about $1.5 million a year that it would cost to be able to get food to the Rio Grande Valley, and that's not a lot of money for a city. That's not a lot of money for the Rio Grande Valley. Like, that is a minuscule amount of money that can help make a massive impact in the Rio Grande Valley. Like, do you ever think about those numbers? Like, you think about, like, just $1.5 million that they probably used to, like, help a street get better. Like, that can be redistributed into what we're talking about and help lower the food insecurities in the valley. Like, that's kind of mind-boggling to me, because I thought it was going to cost way more, but it doesn't. It really doesn't.
And if you look at the numbers, people say $1 million, oh my God, it's a lot, but it's not. It's really not. And if we cover the food insecurity, the families that are working, they're gonna have enough money to have security, like a house, an apartment, somewhere. Like, our economy actually is gonna go up because they're not gonna be worrying about the basic, like the food. They're gonna be more. They're gonna be able to help their families better. They're gonna be able to provide better life for them, and they're gonna help the economy on our cities.
Yeah, because they'll be more productive as well.
Yes, correct. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, there you go. That's why we're a good.
I know, we're such a great team. No, but I feel like if we come together as a community, trust me, the Valley, the 956, is gonna be awesome. I mean, we're already awesome, right? But it's gonna be, like, way better.
Yeah.
And just by providing meals, that's it.
Yeah, and that's why we are we're continuing to say that we know we do need help, we do need volunteers, we do need donations. We really want to make this gala because everything that we make at that gala is going to go directly back into the community. Like I think
100%.
a lot of people don't really understand is like we put our time, we put our own money, we put our sweat, our families, everything aside. That way we can try to focus on a bigger mission, and I think that's why a lot of people have a hard time finding purpose in life. And I feel this to be true. Is like a lot of people just don't have a purpose. Do you feel the same way?
I actually felt that I found my purpose doing this. This is why I was created. I enjoy it so much. It makes me feel super happy. I feel fulfilled. It's just this is amazing, and honestly, I feel like people need to stop and they need to realize there's a lot more that I can do, even at their jobs, even at whatever they're doing in life. If you help one person a day, just one, like you don't have to create a whole nonprofit and start going on crazy. But if you make a difference in one person or one family a day, it changes your whole life. Like it just makes you feel more productive, that you made a difference in someone's life is just like amazing. So I really really this is what I tell everyone: just one. Don't think that I have to do all these events and things like that crazy people like us do. And, but if you want to make a difference, just help one person. Even if it's $1 or just one meal, or just one, like just go smile at someone and say, "Hey, it's gonna be a good day today." That makes a humongous difference in people's life, and it
Yeah.
doesn't cost you anything. Smiling doesn't cost you anything at all. It doesn't.
Yeah. My buddy Homer is asking, how can they donate items? He's out of mission. How can you donate items to the storage room?
That's super awesome. Thank you for asking that. You can call us 956-707-5300. And there's two ways that you can donate. Either you can take the items to our storage in Alamo, or we can go pick up the stuff at your location. Most of the time, we always go pick up the items at their location because people work, or they have school. They're just too busy, and plus Alamo sometimes it's far away from the people that we help. So we are like, just call us or text us to that number. We actually receive text on that number, 956-707-5300. And we'll set up a time and a day most convenient for them, and we'll go pick up the donations.
Awesome. Let me put that number in the chat. It's 5300, correct?
Yes, 707-5300. Yes, and then that one, I pretty much, it doesn't matter the time. Sometimes it's at night, or sometimes it's very early. Because I understand people work or go to school, or like they're just too busy. So we always set up a good time for them.
Yeah, and we also have a drop off location here in North McAllen because
Oh, that too. Yes, that.
we get you the items that are here.
Yes, we that's another location, and we have different donation boxes around the valley. We have one of them at the IMAS. Actually, IMAS has a donation box there. We have donation boxes. I'll put the address and everything there in the comments so people know. I mean, but they're small. If you're gonna put small items, but if you have like bags of clothes or furniture or anything that you would like to donate, we always go pick them up from you.
Even non-perishable food fits perfectly in those boxes because you need to also fill up the food pantry inside the storage unit as well.
Yes, right now we are in a lot of need of food. So if anyone can donate, even like, I don't know, 5 cans, it costs you less than $3 or something. And even if you spend only $5 on canned food, that makes a huge difference in a family.
Yeah, I would
So
even say that a lot of people just in their pantry have stuff that's probably been sitting there for a long time that they're never going to use.
yes, I always tell that. Now, just look in your pantry, because we sometimes we go hungry, to shopping, and then we just start grabbing a lot of stuff that we actually never gonna use. So just bring those, or let me know, and I'll go pick them up, because that is one of the main things that I would like to help our community with. Besides, of course, the clothes, shoes, furniture, and everything, we do need microwaves, stoves, fridges, furniture. We do help a lot of families that are establishing here in the valley. Well, they come with pretty much with whatever they're wearing. They don't have anything else, so we help them start fresh here in the valley, and we try to help them. We provide as much as possible. I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Alonso Cantu. He's helping us with a lot of furniture. Um, and that makes a humongous difference because they don't have to worry about, oh, I need to save money for this. It's just I need money to pay the rent, the utilities, and of course food.
Yeah, let's talk about the importance of. I'm going to kind of switch the topics to mentors. I feel like a lot of people uh, don't have mentors or simply don't have people to look up to. Do you see that?
Yes, I actually am looking for mentors. Thank you very much for the nonprofit
I mean, we all.
because yeah, yes, because right now I'm honestly just like take action, just go, go, go. But there's a lot of things behind the nonprofit. There's a lot of things that people don't see. They only see the help, but they don't see all the administrative things that need to go on, the grants writing, everything that without that, we're not able to help. So, yes, I do see there's a lack of compassion in that side. If you have if you have the wisdom in a subject, share it. It doesn't take that long. Sometimes they're like, I just don't have time. Just make a little video, and people look up for that. I'm like you. I'm starting to learn the AI for mentors, because I haven't found anyone here except Roy Landa. He's one of my mentors. He really helps a lot. And Mr. Cantu, like I do have a couple of them. I look up to you. You're very smart. You're always like finding new ways, and all the content that you put out there, it really helps a lot.
Yeah, I think reaching more people is what our my goal is, right? Obviously with social media because I have the background in that, but you do really need more people to see the content that goes out because if you cast a wide net, then you'll start getting a few people starting to come in. But it's really one of those things that you have to keep on at it every single day. So I see you out in the community every day. The least I can do is push it on this end. So I feel it's a very important thing because you can reach a ton of people and you can get your message out. So I always feel like that's like a dual-edged sword of social media because like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? But like, if you use it for good, you're going to get good. If you use it for bad, you're going to get bad.
Yes, that's true. And honestly, if you have knowledge about something that it's going to be something positive for the community, share it. There's a lot of people that, or my friends, they come to me and they're like, "What? How did you do it?" I'm like, "Well, I did this, and I also did this that did not work." So I always tell them like the good and the bad. Hey, like I tried this did not work for us. We actually like spend a lot of money on this and did not work for us. So be very careful. I always try to, give whatever advice I can or whatever has worked for us. I always try to help other people because
Let's talk about the family that we went to go film in Brownsville. We were creating video contents to show at the gala on the screens that people can have a compelling story to gravitate towards because I feel like obviously people need to be told these stories because that's how people gravitate towards certain things. When you just show them pictures, it really doesn't do justice. But when you tell them a story, a compelling story, like it really pulls at the heartstrings. And I think that was one of our goals to go out there and collect that video. Let's touch on that family because like I said, when we went to go film out there, the kids were very cordial to me. They were very nice. They were very inviting. Kind of touch on their journey.
That's one of the things that people believe, like whoever is homeless or whoever is going through a lot, they're disrespectful, they don't have an education, they're just not good people, and this is proof that it's completely the opposite. I mean, the kids, whenever they got here, because whenever they told the story, their journey, they come from Venezuela, and it's just more like they came walking. They had to cross the selva, and the kids saw their mom almost die. Their mom, like, she almost drowned on one of the rivers there, and it was pretty traumatic for them, for everyone, and then they got to Mexico, and she got kidnapped. They got kidnapped because they wanted money, and the kids went through all this, and it's just like, man, that was pretty crazy, like I feel like there's just no words to describe what they had to go through in order to come here. And people think like, oh, they just want to, people come here to the US because they want to ask for money, and they just like, they want to ask, they just don't want, they want the system to support them, like, just they come here to not do anything. And in reality, no, they come here to work. They come here because they have a medical condition that they just don't have the same technology at their country. So that's very important, people to understand. And that's why I always say, don't judge the book by its cover, like, don't judge anything because you don't know their stories. So they come for help, and we're here to provide that help.
Yeah.
Yeah, their stories, like, as soon as they got here, they started looking for jobs. They wanted to register the kids in school, but they just didn't know how. They couldn't figure it out. So that's where we came in, and they contacted us through Instagram.
Through Instagram, yeah.
Yes, the lady
She was
was.
also sharing her story during the whole time, correct?
Yes, yes, they got here, and they stayed at a place in McAllen, a shelter in McAllen, but it was getting too full that they got transferred to Brownsville. But in there, they didn't have food. They hadn't eaten for 2 or 3 days. I don't remember how many days, but there was no food. They were sleeping in the floor completely, like, no blankets, no nothing. It was actually in January, February, something like that. So it was cold. It was raining and cold. Um, and that's how, whenever they contacted me, they just told me, the lady was, you know telling me their story, but she just said, we haven't eaten for 2 days. And I was like, oh my God. I think I got there like around 9, 10 at night, because it was already on the afternoon. And from here's like, what, an hour and 30-minute drive?
Yeah. Well, not the way you drive. You drive pretty fast.
Not just in here. No,
Yeah,
but
it's an interesting thing to see like the dynamics of that, because like even when we got there to where they were staying, like they had boxes of the MRE foods, right?
yeah,
Like you think that people are just gonna be eating rice and beans or whatever, like whatever you can give them, but no, like these people really don't have any food, and
no.
the last resort is like these meals that are meal ready to eat meals, like that are in pouches that will last years and stuff like that. So I think it's always mind-boggling to me, and I do it too. I'm the type of person that will complain about something that's like first world problem, right? But then also I think back, like there's other people that are have legitimate things to like complain about, and they don't complain. Like what how does that feel? Like how does that like register in your mind? Like when you see people complain about like, oh, they put too much milk in my coffee or something, like like
Honestly,
how does that make you feel?
at the beginning, I was like, man, if you knew what other people go through, actually, you would not complain about anything at all. Because we have it good, We have a shelter, we have a place to live, we have food, we have transportation. Our kids have something to wear. It's just like, um, now it's more like I'm more compassionate. I'm like, wow, maybe not having sugar in your coffee, or not having a coffee well prepared, it's just a lot for them. People just don't know how, because they haven't seen it, they haven't experienced, so they don't know how it feels. And it's
Yeah, and
like,
I would also argue on that is like that just shows you where like the mental frame of people are. Like if they're complaining about like things that really don't matter, like there are bigger problems that they fail to see.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it just shows you like the mind of the state of the mind that the people are in, where they're kind of oblivious to a lot of things, and they just live their life and they just go on about their day without, it's out of sight, out of mind type of thing.
It's because we see everything so normal. Like you showering in the morning, you see it normal. I shower every day. I have water every day. But there's people that can't shower. They only shower like once a week or once a month because they don't have water. They don't have electricity. They don't even have a place to stay. So they can't actually shower.
Right.
So those little things that we see normal, like having a meal every day, like right now I feel like I'm hungry. I can get whatever I want from my fridge, and we see it normal, but
Right.
it's not normal for them. It's not, and that's the saddest part, that we are not grateful for whatever we have, so we can't see the necessity in other people. I
Yeah.
just I just feel like we need to be more um, conscious about what we go through and other people. Be more compassionate towards people. Be more aware of our surroundings. Like there's a lot of things going on, and
Yeah.
that just
A lot of people are time traveling, and the way I say that they're time traveling is that their thoughts are of the past, and they're living in the past thoughts, or their thoughts are of the future and they're living in the future, but they're never living like right now. Like they're not focused on what's going right now, and that's literally time traveling. And also that happens as how you get anxiety, is like you're always thinking about the future, or you're thinking
or the
about past problems that have happened, and that's literally how you get anxiety. It just builds up over and over and over again. So I'm trying to deal with that too, is like be more in the present. It's very hard. Like it's difficult for like the human being, because you have so many things going on in life. It's like your job, your family, everything. Like everything kind of comes down to you. If you're running a business, like things go on like that. It's like that American dream that people strive to. It's also like that social aspect of how you have to present yourself in front of people. That way people see you a certain way. And if you're not that way, well, then you're failing. I think a lot of people live through that, especially with like social media. It's a very strange thing.
something that worked for me, because I was in the same place. I was anxiety, and then just thinking on the future, like I have this, I have to do this, I have to do this, and it was just so crazy. It helped me just say, you know what, just breathe. It's one day at a time. So I only see today. I only concentrate on today. That's why whenever you told me, hey, the gala is next week, I'm like, what? Like, oh my god.
I gave you anxiety.
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm only on today. I mean, of course, I do plan for the future. I do have a lot of goals and a lot of things that I want to do for the nonprofit, but I don't have those in my mind all the time. I'm just like, you know what, universe, God, this is what I want to do. It's your job to finish it. but
I think we were talking the other day. Is like I asked you, because I'm a God-fearing man, right? And I ask God all the time to like say something to me, say it in my mind, like I want to hear your voice. And I don't think he talks to me that way. I think he shows me things in other ways, but I'm too stupid to figure it out. Like, does God speak to you?
it actually, yes, I do. I hear God and I see God every day, and that's one of the main things that we need to focus. Sometimes people, they're like, it's because I don't hear him and I don't feel him. But how can you not? Like, look at everything that you have. You have good health, you have a job, you have a meal on your table, you're able to enjoy your family and friends. I mean, how else do you want God to show you how much he loves you and how much he cares about you? You have everything there. You're able to go to a concert or a party, like you have a car, like everything is there. It's just like, just being mindful, be grateful, stop and smell the roses. That's the only thing that I can tell you. Just stop, have your mind be present, and enjoy your day. I mean,
Yeah, I
just the
think
fact that
a
you
lot of people think like the problems that I'm going through are unique, and nobody's ever gone through these problems before. I feel like that's the way a lot of people think, but I feel like a lot of people are going through a lot of the same problems. because I mean we're human. We struggle with the emotions of the day and of life, life experiences and stuff like that. So I do feel like a lot of people think that their problems are unique when in fact they're really not. So reaching out to people that have gone through something like that before, or finding mentors, is a great way to be able to help alleviate the stresses of life that come.
One of the things that I can tell people is it doesn't matter what you're going through, because, like you said, everyone goes through a lot. It doesn't matter the situation. Don't look at the problem. Look at the solution. And if there's no solution right now, there's always a solution for every problem. That's something that you need to be super sure about it. Like, there's always a solution for every problem. But if you don't see it right now, don't focus on the problem. Just be grateful for whatever you're going through, because somehow you're gonna learn a lesson.
Yeah.
You're always gonna learn something good. And if for some reason, God is giving you a very hard lesson, or something that you're going to always be grateful. That's the only thing that I can tell you. Just be grateful for everything that you've been through, for everything that you're going through, and for everything that you're able to enjoy. And just enjoy every day like if it's your last day. Hug your family, kiss your kids, kiss your wife, your husband. Hug everyone. It's completely free, but it makes a humongous difference in people's life. I'm always hugging everyone.
You're full of love. It flows out of you.
Oh, yes. Even if I
Before
don't know you, I'm still gonna hug you. I don't care.
before we finish off the show, let everybody know how they can participate in the gala again, and also how they can contribute to and donate to the nonprofit.
Yeah, so remember, right now we have a special going on, 2 for 1. So if you buy a ticket, you get to take your girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, whatever you want, for free, and you're gonna enjoy a really nice dinner. We're making everything very special, so you're gonna enjoy a dinner. You're gonna enjoy really nice music. Remember, it's October 17th at 6 p.m. at Verona Event Center. Honestly, that place is really elegant, very pretty. It's in FAR. And we're gonna have Leonardo, we're gonna have Adrian Quintanilla, we're gonna have the Sonora de Mike, we're gonna have Uriel there, we're gonna have Joshua there. He's so awesome, so you can go say hi to them. Genaro as well. We're gonna go celebrate pretty much all the accomplishments that we have been able to do with you, the communities, and we want to enjoy with you. So please come celebrate with us. The link is there in the comments already. The phone number is 956-707-5300. And there you can buy your tickets. So also remember, right now we have a special going on, 2 for 1, but you also get a free concert pair of tickets for El Palomazo and Intocable. Like, it depends which one you want. Well, we have a pair of tickets if you buy 2 tickets for the gala. So take advantage of the specials. So you're going to enjoy being able to help with the nonprofit, and you're also going to enjoy a concert.
Hey, I heard that the nonprofit is trying to bring down Grupo Frontera. Is that true?
Yes, we want to. We want to, but we haven't been able to get a hold of them. So if you have the contact, let me know. Since we're here from the Valley and they're also here from 956, we want to have something together. We want to make something together.
Awesome. So just again, guys, if you want to help donate to the nonprofit Fundacion Amor Infinito, we're out of Alamo. You can help. You can donate. We need volunteers. We need items for the auction. We need donations. If you'd like to attend the actual gala, it's this coming Thursday on October 17th at 6 p.m. So make sure you get your tickets to 2 for 1 right now. And also, this episode is brought to you by Villanueva Construction. You can get 2 tickets to the Cowboys if you go to their open house block party this weekend. This Saturday, you can win 2 tickets to the Cowboys game. So, Monserrat, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your help. I appreciate everything you do in the community. You make me want to be a better person in the community. So I thank you for that.
Thank you. I really thank you for your time. Thank you for everything that you do for the nonprofit, because without you, people would not be able to know about us in social media. And I really appreciate that.
Awesome. We'll see y'all soon. Bye.
Bye. See you at the gala.
Yes.